the polarized Trinity. What is a Trinity? It's the very essence of everything. Manifestation can only be by opposites and what connects. Opposites and what connects. But the opposites are maintained by the cycle. It's a circle. The source is the circle, but it's invisible because there's no polarity. You may say the totality unmanifest. Unmanifested. Endless, endless, no beginning, no end. So we need to constrict the totality. Make it smaller until we can come to the center. And from here, we can realize ourselves. So each one of us, contained by the totality unmanifest, we made a choice to be. To be. So we need to have the contrast, to have a perception, and to create meaning. Otherwise, we are meaningless. We are the unmanifest. So, when this is the unmanifest, all one, we need a portal and release ourselves from the portal and enter a cycle. It's a duality. And here we create an experience, or have an experience. To finally come to the center and return with the consciousness that all is one. But we need to constrict, to internalize the totality, to bring it to the very center, here, and enter the same portal from where we came from the unmanifest into the manifest, and return, and that is freedom. Then we are happy, unconditionally. But here, we are contained by conditions. This is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad, and they call about who has the center. That's today is very extreme, and is brought to states at the Gaza, but the whole world is Gaza. Everyone wants to be in the center, but it cannot be because we are constricted, or we say we are contained by one part of the circle. So this side says, I have the center. I want to be the center. I want to be boss. No, I have the center. I want to be boss. The boss. I want to be the dictator. And so we're all trying to be the center. But to come to the center, the opposites had to unify. And it can only happen by the total cycle, right, to become internalized, so the whole circle is constricted and become a center. So consequently, by doing that, we automatically, right, naturally, universally, come back to the source. Right? I demonstrate it again. So here we are here, right? Trying to find how to come to center, but the more we come to the center, within, not without, like a dictator, right? Outside. No, we have to eat the circle. That is food. That food comes from everywhere, from the sun, from the stars and the moon, from the earth, right? And it's all constructed by the food, the plants, and we eat it, we make it more smaller, we call this digestion, and become more smaller and more smaller, and it becomes the blood, and the blood goes to the heart, the center, and by having the center within, by the constriction, right, by food, then automatically we return to the source. Right? But we have a problem on this planet because everyone wants to become a center, right? And want to become enlightened and become spiritual and want to become a millionaire. But it's all based on this. All around, we create our own territory and nation and religions like this, but without a center. So we cannot come to the center because we create our own centers all around. And the only thing that we have in common is the border, the common denominator. This is my border, God is on my side. No, this is my border, God is on my side, and so on. Pathetic. And I want to also include in this presentation the explanation of the Bible. It has also two parts, the Old Testament and the New Testament. And so, as most people know, in the Bible, in the Old Testament, there are constantly quarrels, wars, massacres, and so on. Not really very peaceful part of human history. And so you have Yahweh, kill, 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 including the women, the children, the animals, kill, 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 right? And so, and people saying that's God. It's not God. Well, I'll come more to that. And later, in the New Testament, it's talk about Jesus. Also, that is not complete in the Bible. The many parts taken out, not included, and maybe some are twisted too. For example, what Jesus said, he said, it's more important what goes into your mouth than what goes out in your mouth. And the Bible said the opposite. So, and very important formula of Jesus, he said, when the spirit creates the body, that's a miracle. But when the body creates the spirit, that's the greatest miracle. That's not included. And what does it mean? So anyway, I do my best in a very short time because, I don't want to make a very long video, but it's needed. Let's examine Trinity and how it is implemented in the totality and also in the construct of the human. So I already explained, but I will repeat. Trinity is the source, the unknown, the totality unknown, right? And the totality known, manifest. And we have that portal. So what it is like this. We have the unknown, the known, the question, the answer, right? And we have to make them complementary. In other words, we have to unify the question and the answer. Then we know. Then we know. This is not knowing. This is more knowledge. Yeah, that you go to school, you have to learn what the book says, and you have to remember it, and then you get a diploma, but still you don't know. It's only knowledge. Yeah. So we have to know, understand, construct the question, and change it into the answer. So now I have the question and the answer, then you know. That's the real education. But today not. Today's education is based on memorizing what the book says and this says, and you have to remember, and then you get a diploma, right? But there is no center. That is duality. That's why this kind of education, right, creates all kind of divisions by way of technology, right? This is much better technology. We have the best smart weapons. No, we make much better smart weapons, yeah? And then we destroy each other. Yeah? And that's all the result of not knowing, only knowledge. So there's also not a prophecy, but a statement in one of the scriptures of, in the end, that is now the ending times, there will be a war between science and God. And that's happening. So science creating all kind of robots, smart weapons, atom bombs, to destroy the property of God. See? So we are one with God. See? And so all this knowledge, right, is used to destroy the human. That is the war between science and God. Yeah. How else can we explain it? And it's happening. It's true. So we have to know how to know. Right? And for that, we need to apply the Trinity. Right? So, I do my best explaining, right, this process of Trinity, how Trinity comes about, and how it evolves, and also to the point, because we are in the duality, that we are able to polarize, right, the Trinity, so that Trinity can continue by the polarization and free ourselves. So that's why we have also, there's a double Trinity within us. I'll come to that. The lower three chakras and the upper three chakras. And it's connected with the fourth chakra, the 7 chakras altogether. But anyway, coming to the explanation of Trinity, they have the totality, right, which originally cannot be perceived because there's no perception, because there is no duality. But this is the circle, the unknown. But now we need to use the linear. That means we can have the linear. So they have the circle, but we have to make it linear, right? So we can you can perceive. You can have a contrast, you can compare. That is linear. We have the circular, and sometimes part of the circle, like a bow, and we have the linear. And together, we can construct a form. So a form we can create by this circular or the bows, like a curve, right? And the linear, and together you can construct. So here, the circle, we have to change it somehow, right? You need to create the linear out of the circle. And so that's why we need 3 points. See, 3 points, 3 centers on the equal distance, because everything is equal, all is one. So it cannot be other than any distance within the circle is equal. Everything is equal. See? So when we make 3 points, they have an equal distance. This way, this way, this way. So that is a triangle. And what it shows here is the origin, the source, and we expand from that source because we have to do the research, because here's the question begins here. It's not the final question yet, but we have to design or construct the question, give it a purpose, give the question a purpose, and this is expansion. So here becomes space. So space is a delayed perception of here, that is called space. And here, once we reach the finite here, within the duality, because we need to experiment, it has a beginning and an end. So this is the end, this is the beginning. So space is needed to have an experience or an experiment. So here we need to find out what is the question, answer. This is the question, and this is the question, and this is the answer. So here, to come back to the source with the answer, we need to have the experience, the search, the quest. And when we can find out what is the answer, we can answer the question, then we can come back with the answer. That is contraction. And this is time. Time is a delayed perception of now. So space, expansion, contraction, and the center. So everything within the circle, within the totality manifest, that means the circle that we can that has a border, an extreme, a context, I say. Here we are contained by the Trinity. Constantly we have an experience. Even right now there's an experience. So that's a question, and there's an answer, a conclusion. And it continues. So the Trinity also continues. So at a certain point, right, the Trinity had to be polarized. It's called double Trinity. I'll come to that. So now we have the beginning in the creation of construct. And within the Trinity, we can realize the totality. So we can internalize, we make the circle, we can make the circle tangible, visible. See? So the circle we can internalize. Also literally in us, we have also the Trinity internalized. That's why we have a digestive system that we need to internalize the outer into the inner. And we have a central nervous system where the food is refined into consciousness, and what connects the opposites within us. That is the blood circulation, the circulatory system. This is the Trinity, basic Trinity, right, of a human. So everything is Trinity. And from here, we can have endless manifestations or realizations or applications of Trinity. Like arms and legs, you can do this, that's Trinity. You can walk, right? And so on. But then, internally, in the circle here, now we have to refine the Trinity and make it more complex, so we can have more sense of details, right, of how the Trinity progresses within us. So to begin with, we have to internalize the Trinity, and that is to begin with internalize, where the question and the answer meet within us. And so the body, that is a circle, is now polarized by the diaphragm. The diaphragm. And so also the polarity doesn't stop there. So the inside in us, we can polarize the polarity. And that is the cross. And that's also is the very principle or basis for the center within us, the heart, to have 4 chambers, the 4 chambers. In the beginning, where we begin with on the reptilian stage, right? The reptile is only horizontal and has only 3 heart chambers, or the horizontal, 3 heart chambers. But the human gradually can polarize the horizontal by the vertical and has 4 heart chambers. Right? So here we have the body, but now we can polarize the Trinity by using our brain. This also is in here, the cell of the brain, and I will explain it more. So body and the head are one. But for that, also the heart and the pineal gland also had to become one. Right? But so in the beginning we are like a reptile, by perception. There's not thinking yet, perception. But then we need to trinitize on the horizontal level, and that means the opposites have to become one. They have to perceive, right, the opposites as complementary by the experience, experiment. And once we are able to polarize the heart and the pineal gland, and it can only happen by the opposite to become complementary or perception, then we can ascend. We can free ourselves from this 3-dimensional and be liberated. We call this ascension. So I will continue on this illustration. So now we can polarize the Trinity, and the bottom is now up. See, the bottom of the triangle is up, and we can ascend from the opposite of this triangle, and we're coming now to the conclusion of this process, and that is correlates, right, there's 2 tops of the triangle that correlates with the we call it here the prophetic union of the condor and the eagle. And what unites here is this bird of Mexico that is the chord Sa. So this is Trinity. And birds are here emphasized, because birds can ascend. They can ascend. See? So this is the prophetic union of the eagle and the condor, and the center. And that was released, this prophecy, about in the 14th century. And then was another statement spiritually made that in 1990 this union had to be realized, or begin to be realized. And from that time on, many conflict, because people don't know how to use the center. So up till now, it was always the eagle and the condor that tried to come together, but there is no center. And that's why Mexico right now, right, in between the North and South America, is very important nation, right? And the people too. But we come more to that part. So now we have the double Trinity, but they need to flow. They need to flow like this. So the circle need to be released through the linear, so to speak. This is all linear, but the circle now had to be used to connect the linear. So here we have a portal, the duality, and that need to be connected on both sides. And that correlates with, right, the union of the right and the left brain, so that we can come to the center here. And once we have the center on the horizontal level, right, we can shift into the vertical. And so when that happens, we have to use the condor and the eagle here, and the center is the heart. See, the condor from here, we can use the horizontal, that polarity, see, the base up here, and there's a base up here. Now that center, right, we can release everything that's in here into heaven. Same thing, this center here, we can bring heaven to earth. So this is the final design at this point of the Trinity to create the totality manifest. And so this is the complete design of the so-called superhuman, the total human. And then everything has a duality, a contrast, but also this here have been contrasted instead of completing the human and be liberated, see, with by the Trinity into the endless expansion of Trinity. And that also correlates with the so-called, I call it, flower of life, yeah? Trinity, endless. But we have to begin with this, otherwise we cannot continue the Trinity from the center. So the so-called flower of life does the opposite. But the flower of life is, it externalizes the center. It doesn't keep the center. It externalizes the center, create more trinities. Here is opposite. here at the center is remains, and we trinitize the Trinity by the duality. It's completely different, but they are complementary. Right? But now, let's see how it all is integrated, this Trinity within us. So this is the body, right? And this is the circle, and here is the division. One is heaven, one is earth. And both are trinitized. So we have here in common the right and the left, that is the horizontal, also the front and the back. So on the horizontal, our perception and our actions and everything is horizontal. It's like this, like a dance, and that is the perception. So there is no left and right and front and back vertically. There's only one, only one Trinity, heaven, earth, and the center. And that is the human, have to unify heaven and earth consciously. But it begins with the body, but we need to trinitize the lower part and trinitize the upper part. So this is the inner polarized Trinity. So the lower part here below the diaphragm, they call it the three chakras, the three stages. They call it the three-dimensional. We have to experience the density of the earth three-dimensionally. And the upper part is the more etheric, the subtle, the spiritual, and here we can release ourselves from the physical. These are the three upper chakras. And this here, the fourth chakra, is of the heart. It's a transition. So humanity now is coming to the finale of the fourth chakra, the fourth dimension here. We are now in the transition. So that is the big test. Will we succeed to progress or fall back and destroy the world like we have destroyed the world at one time, Atlantis, and previous to that on another planet, Marduk, the whole planet got blown up. It became the asteroid belt that is now circling around the sun. But there was one time a planet. They can do the same thing now, because they have enough atom bombs to destroy the whole world. 20,000 atom bombs, all because of not being able, to transcend the three-dimensional, the Trinity, and going against the Trinity, only duality, like this. But now we have accomplished this body with a seven, not yet, because we need to expand on the three higher chakras, and for that we need to polarize the body with a head. So this lower polarized Trinity we have to internalize in the head. So we also have here a diaphragm, right, for right and left brain, and the fifth chakra that correlates to the mouth, and the seventh chakra all the way to the top of the head. So also here we have a double Trinity. Okay? So we have here four Trinities, two below, two up, four, the four directions. So now we can, by the four directions, they can make the cross. That also is important, but more need to be explained about that. So the cross need to be contained within the circle. But by Christianity, they took away the circle, and this become conflicting. That is created by Roma, the cross. And so another illustration here. I just show you that here we have the earth and the ionosphere, and here we have this polarity, the magnetism, that the body, the head, and now we are able, when we are able to polarize the Trinity in the head and unify it in the center, and totally by the 7 chakras we can transcend and go back to the source. And then that is the goal of life. This is the goal of life. But here, in this experiment, when we came to this earth, we have to know how to use the will of God. That's what has been said. The will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And that is, we can use in the form of free will. So here we have to make a choice. We want to maintain in this cycle and have no notion of freedom, free will, and just be happy like a bird, right? But to be able to use free will, we have to be able to go against God, to go against ourselves, to go against nature, to go against creation, anti-creation. Then we know, oh yeah, I have a free will, I can destroy myself, right? I can use artificial intelligence to destroy myself. And so we have come to that point. See? So we have to be willing to be, an idiot, right? And be proud of it, that we said, oh, I have this smart weapons, I can kill myself, I can kill people. I'm so smart, right? That is artificial intelligence. So it's very smart, right? But to destroy. Unless we can control this pineal gland and change, see, the conditional into the unconditional. And that is the test. And that goes along with the last question, to be or not to be. So we distracted ourselves from the center that has a total memory to maintain a cycle, and we started our own center, artificial, and experiment. But it has a beginning and an end. So they have come to the end of the experiment here. And here we had to make the choice, to be or not to be. If we don't want to make a choice or don't know how to make the choice, or want to make the choice to continue, stupid, right? Then we destroy. In other words, we go back to the source, but not by completing the cycle. We go directly back to the source, instant, right? Instant gratification. Now, artificial intelligence. I'm a computer. I do now, right? Right? Atom bomb, fission. Now, release all the energy. Now, okay? That is self-destruction. That is not to be. Or come back. But for that, we need to be educated to know, right, how to be a human. And that is missing. So at this point, the entire establishment, all of humanity, has not one solution for one problem, not one. Not even a cure for a common goal, accept a vaccine. So we have reached the point of extreme stupidity. It is an accomplishment, because now we know the contrast. We can make a choice. We can use free will, either to be or not to be. But then we have a contrast in everything. So we created also a nation, right? Today we call this Israel. And they don't accept Jesus, right? As the so-called the teacher, the Messiah. And they're waiting still for some Messiah to come. And they create their own cosmology, their own perception of who is God, what is God. And they accepted not God, but a God, as their God. They call the national God. That is Yahweh. Yahweh is not God. It's a God. There are many gods. Some are dark, some are light, right? But not God. And this God, Yahweh, and you can read it in the Bible, constantly orders the people, conquer, kill, massacre. Same as what's happening now in the Gaza. It's history. It's fact. Babies, women, even animals. Kill them all, kill them all, kill. And why? Why? So this God, Yahweh, and some people call him Yahweh, whatever, want to dominate, want to control this earth. Same as Lucifer. So he want to be paid, see? So everyone, they don't do the job, they don't go to work unless they get paid, right? Money. But money is only a concept. And you cannot plan money, and money can grow by itself. It's just non-existent. It's only a mental state of mind horizontally without a center. They call it money. You want to have my power so you can use, I can inspire you, give you technology, so you can have smart weapons and so on. But you obey me. You have to use your brain this way. I'll make you very rich. I give you all the technology, but I want to be paid in the form of blood. Not only animals, especially human blood. I love human blood. That's my pleasure, my appetizer. Create more blood. And so that is Yahweh. It's not really a very beneficial God. Exploitation, Yahweh. The last blood. And the symbol, right, that goes along with that is the double Trinity, like this. Without a center. So it cannot unify heaven and earth. That is the symbol of this national God called Israel. Now, Having said that, very dangerous, right? It's like, boy, no, I'm not anti-Jew, no. I'm pro-human. But this is given to me by the masters, by the spirits. Right? These are my teachers. Say, Tawa, please, tell the truth. Tell the truth. We stand behind you, but you have to tell the truth. Right? I say, okay, okay, I will do it. But I may become very unpopular, by the Christians, by the Jews, and rich people, millionaires, and they may kill me. So no, do it, please, share. Right? This. And what does it mean? Here you see the double polarity, they're all a basis, not ascending. And a double polarity here, and it's like this. It's all duality, but no center. And what you can create with these three polarities are the three crosses. Okay. That is the Star of David, is this. And what is this? What is a cross like this? What is a cross? That is the center of the Trinity. See? When you take this away, the union, then this becomes conflicting, like a no. Right? And so there are many symbols like this, right? Is the incomplete Trinity, or this, like Christianity, incomplete Trinity. Right? No, I see Netanyahu, the president of Israel. He wears this on his shirt. Right? Trinity. Now this here, and this by the language of God, if you want to check it, the pendulum. Right? They all show no union, no center. So what I'll do now is I do the healing, and I make it complete, whole. Healing means whole. I put the missing parts to it here. See, now they're complete. See? That is peace, union. But this system is the contrary. But and you follow this, you get rewarded. Right? You'll have good success financially and scientifically, and you can control within a certain context that has a beginning and an end. And the people are so ignorant. The things are so smart this way. Completely ignorant. I'm not talking only about a few, right? who have a passport and belong to Israel. No, no. All humanity, right, have to do the self-examination. Right? But this is part of the human experience to have an education, a lesson. So what's happening now in all the world, the good, the bad, the smart, the stupid, whatever, all together in one basket. Yeah? And now we need to do the self-examination. I'm not talking about a certain group of people or certain religion. Right? We can go on and go on. If we really want to identify the different nations, different religions, right? Do this. Right? Open your eyes. See, learn, make a choice. The Vatican right now is one of the greatest shareholders of the weapon industry. Peace? Come on. But they are mirrors. They are mirrors. So we are the observer, so dare to see. Then you know the truth. It's not easy to play devil's advocate. Yeah? If the Jewish people really do the self-examination and can really see how they are perceived from around the world as devil worshippers, it's not easy to have that role. Okay? Later they will find out, right, after death, what they have done and not done. It's not easy. So I'm not accusing anyone. What I have been doing here in this video is to reveal the human process, so that we all can do the self-examination, including me right now. I have to make a choice. Do I really want to be unpopular and reveal this, right? Or just quiet? Anyway, it's open now. I had a recent experience. I'm an observer. That's my expertise. I observe. I was in the desert, in the Mexican desert, and I saw one bush, right? That was all old and in crumbles, and I saw this. Right? Oh, this is a teaching. I want to use it. So I asked permission to the bush. Say, please give me one of your branches, and I cut it here, and I explain this to you. This is a teaching. So humanity ascended from the source and had to go up. All from the reptile going up, many lifetimes, right? Making the efforts, and finally come close to the top. And some say, oh, you know what it is? This is money, you know. I can have pleasure with money. I can become a boss. I can have more money. Okay, let's make more money, more fame, more diplomas, yeah? And they continue, and become so heavy and fall back, because the money cannot grow. See, so all these millionaires, they don't know, you know. One is not enough. Become a billionaire, and they continue. They all fall back, all the way to where they start. Or when they are on the very top here, right, have the intelligence, have the body, can make a decision, If you really, really, really know the goal of life is the ascension, and you get all the help of the Spirit. Yeah? This is the Spirit inside. Then you can ascend from here. And we can grow endlessly, endlessly, endlessly. And we can enjoy by the money of God. You know what the money of God is? Freedom, happiness, unconditional, truth. That's the money of God. But if you cannot be truthful, you cannot be happy, right? But it's freely given because you don't know how to appreciate it. You don't know how to appreciate. See? Because there's no center here. You cannot think, cannot appreciate. Now you go for the finite. Oh, I want that more money, more money. Yeah, all these spiritual millionaires, right? All the spiritual millionaires, including the last that I know him personally, Matthias de Stefano. 1 million is not enough. No, I need 2 million, another 3 million. No, I want to become a multi-millionaire. I want to become a billionaire, right? And go down, bam. Right? So this is teaching. But you have to know how to observe from here. Observe. Everything around us there are tools of teaching, education, appreciation. Use it, your body. Use your body. Use your brain. Then you're wealthy. And doesn't stop. And what happens to most people when they die? People crying around the cup. They're not happy. Because you leave behind trash, smelly body. Around your coffin. And they put it in the coffin. Why do you put it in the coffin? Because they don't want to smell you. You can smell your own rotten body in the grave, below, in the ground. And that's the end. And what happened with your money? People are fighting about the money. And not very happy. And you are up in the spirit and you look down and you see all the people crying and fighting about your property, your money. Not very happy. How are you going to continue? How are you going to continue? So, do the self-examination. Everything is given to us, free. This body, this brain. What are you doing with it? Selling it for money? That is prostitution. Prostitution. Selling yourself for money. Yeah, money is instrumental for relationship in a certain context, but have not yourself be used by money. It's not, I need money. Money needs us. But for that mentality, right, everything needs us. The food needs us. To refine it in spirit. That's what Jesus said. When the spirit becomes the body, that's a miracle, that the body gets the spirit. So everything needs us as a channel to become higher in spirit. So the earth needs us. The money needs us. Also, the nation needs us. They don't need a nation. Nation needs us. That's a true democracy. The true democracy of, by, and for the people. Where the people can make a decision for themselves. This is the free will themselves. But today not. Humanity is used. All it can do is just put a cross behind a name and call it voting. And leaders today are not really true leaders. They are leaders by scheming, by popularity contests, propaganda, money. The more money, the better chance you have to become a president. That's not a true leader. The true democracy of, by, and for the people begins here by the people. How to know, how to be, So democracy today is system of prostitution. Anyway. But I'm very thankful for this computer, this technology, artificial intelligence, that we can use, not to be used, we can use it. Use it. But for that, we have to be able to control our blood. And without the blood, we cannot use the brain. Here's the control. We have to know how to control our blood. Not to be sacrificed to some idiot spirit, right? Call himself God. No, God wants to use our blood. Keep it in yourself so you can activate your brain, so you can understand and know God. Don't subject yourself to the system that by the God had to be paid with the human blood. And you fall back. You want to ascend? Know how to make the choice to be.